think today with social media and people constantly, everyone knows everything about you. So when you talk about anything, you're just judged. There were those days, 5 years ago when I was literally like, what do I do? How do I fill up my day? I need a routine. I need something to look forward to, because this isn't a 9-to-5 job. This isn't, you don't know your next move. You don't know what's going to happen next. So for me, just getting through every day was trying to fill it up. And some days would be like 3 hours of work, 5 hours of work. And now it's like 12 hours is a minimum.
Wow.
And I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything else. And I'm just so lucky that I get to do what I love and I'm being paid for it. So that's great. I think today with social media and people constantly, everyone knows everything about you. So when you talk about anything, you're just judged, even if no one really. Also, social media is something you only see a part of who you really are. No one sees the layers and the depths beneath that person. So if I put up a picture with a school friend of mine who happened to be an heiress in our country, and if I said that I struggle, it was like, how dare she? She's best friends with Isha Advani. I'm like, but so what? I am not her. Like that has nothing to do with my work life. That has nothing to do with what I go through on a daily basis. But that's fine. I'm okay. I'm not complaining, because like I told you earlier before we started this interview, if it wasn't for that struggle or for those failures, I won't be the person I am today. I don't know how much it helps. I think maybe there's a feeling of security. I feel like sure, I can meet people. Initially, when I joined, when Fugly was my first film, I actually, because I knew him. I didn't have a management team at that time, but because I knew him, I got the chance to meet a particular agency who was also handling his work. I got to meet certain producers and directors, but that didn't translate into my next couple of films. So in terms of work, I'm sure, like you said, it can open the doors, but I don't think that can get you a film. I don't even think being a star kid can really get you, your next film, because it is a business at the end of the day. Like today, fortunately, touch wood, I've got exciting work that I'm doing. I'm doing 2 films where I play the protagonist and helm those films, and they're both female-oriented films, and it is a little bit of pressure, because I understand that I have to deliver, because here are people who've invested so much and believed in me to play out this character, so I want to live up to it. But people think that because I live in South Bombay, I come from a very, I hate saying that word, but it just sounds so weird, but like, oh, she's a rich girl or something like that.
Yeah.
Rich in love, rich in culture, rich in all of that, yes. Undoubtedly, yes. But otherwise, I think I am someone who's making my own life. Yes, I'm not paying rent. But that's also because my parents don't want me to move out of the house. Or otherwise, like I said, I would love to live in my own home someday. So those are goals. Those are part of my, my wish list of things and bucket list that I want to do. But I'm someone who's working really hard to like check off all those things on that bucket list. They're not from the industry, but like every single person, the entertainment industry is so exciting, and the link-up stories, and like this movie and that movie. And today, like with social media, everyone's a critic. My parents know about box office, and I'm like, but how does it matter to you? So fortunately, they've stopped asking me those questions, because I'm like, I come back from work with all the people I talk to about all these things, and I want to come home and talk about something completely different. I want you to tell me about the news, because I don't know anything that's happening in the world. Tell me about things that I don't know. Enrich me with other, parts of life. And now they started doing that. But yeah, it's just driving back home. For my friends, they don't watch too many Bollywood movies. They watch mine because they're very loyal. They watch a few of the big ones, and then everything's then on Netflix or digital. So for them, they're not as starstruck. Bombay is not as starstruck. I've realized that. And South Bombay is definitely not. You can walk to a restaurant and have a meal and nobody would care to even... they may see you and they may tell the other person, but very few people would really come up and bother you.